Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandy Grace, author of 10 young adult novels so far, 8 of which I'm trying to rewrite this year. In the world of the rewriting of books, I kind of wanted to do a compare and contrast video, which I planned to do over the summer, and then I didn't do, and then now we're past the point that I wanted to do it, but I don't care anymore. The first book that I rewrote and then published was The Legend of the Thief. Used to be Lucy's Legend, and long, long ago, the very first time I wrote it, it was called Lucy's Tale, and I kind of just wanted to read the opening pages of the very first thing that I ever wrote of the story, and then the Lucy's Legend that I published, and then The Legend of the Thief. So, this is the first written anything of this story. It dated even September 2013. So long ago. Yeah, we're just gonna read the opening lines here. Lucy's Tale. I have been asked to tell my story, but there are so many legends, myths, and tales surrounding Robin Hood, I don't even know where to begin. I will just tell the truth as I know it. But how do I know the truth, the reader asks? Because I was there. It was many years ago, but my memory serves me well. Who could ever forget Robin? You know what? In some ways, I kind of really miss the letter form that this was written in. The first pass, I guess, at writing this book, it was written as old Lucy, like, writing everything down, and I changed that to Lucy, like, telling the story to Mary Lou, but I kind of miss this. So this was inspired by my favorite book ever, Jane Eyre. Not that that's written in letter form, because it's not, but there is one specific chapter where Jane addresses the reader of the novel. You know, you're holding the book, and she says, "Reader, I married him." And I don't know why, but that very simple line struck me. Anyway, that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Hi, so yesterday was a little bit hectic, and I did not finish filming this video. It struck me the first time I read it when I was 14. It's probably helped that it was only the opening lines and not more of it. 1 second. Okay, I'll bring the goldfish.
Lena, can you get me some more apple juice and milk?
So, wait, now I have to go get, hold on, just 1 second. This all went really well, exactly according to plan. Oh gosh. So I read the opening lines yesterday, just the first paragraph. Should I read more than that? How interested are we? Anyway, let's open Lucy's Legend. See how we started out over here. How far do I have to read? It's like a completely different... see, I had this idea to, like, compare the openings of, like, the first time I ever wrote it and the first published version, and then, you know, the new published version. But I didn't really think through exactly what I'm comparing and contrasting, or any. There's no plan here. We're just gonna start reading. Ahem. Little Mary Lou tugged on the old woman's hand, imploring, "Please, Auntie Lucy, please." Oh Lord, I hate this description. The poised and graceful elderly woman lifted a once strong hand and laid it gently on Mary Lou's head. The child was 7, her great-grandmother 77. Mary Lou was... No. No, I hate this sentence too. Sorry, I'm sorry. Let me start over without me telling you I hate everything. Little Mary Lou tugged on the old woman's hand, imploring, "Please, Auntie Lucy, please." The poised and graceful elderly woman lifted a once strong hand and laid it gently on Mary Lou's head. The child was 7, her great-grandmother 77. Mary Lou was the link that brought two families even closer together, though one would hardly believe it possible for them to be any closer than they already were. Marian smiled as she watched her grandmother... Wow, that reading aloud is hard. Marianne smiled as she watched her grandmother take her daughter Mary Lou in her lap. Whew, that was a lot of hers. The old woman's gentle voice finally interrupted the small girl's pleas. What do you want to know? The whole story! It's a long one, Aunt Lucy warned. How well Marian knew that, but though her daughter had heard some of it, she'd never been told the whole story, and certainly not from the one who knew it best. As fragile as elderly Aunt Lucy was now, she had once been a strong young woman whose heart and courage had been tested to the full. Yeah, I really don't want to read any more of that. There you go. Let's read the new version. Look how pretty it is. This is my favorite thing, you guys. I've never done this before, but it feels so like, wow, this is a real book, that I got my cover designer to send me the file so that it would match, and it just makes my heart happy every time I look at it. In the original books, I just typed it, which is not nearly as much fun. Hold, please. Ah! Oh no! It's nap time, but clearly someone is not napping. And I'm knocking down my TBR. Okay, let's read the opening lines of The Legend of the Thief, shall we? This is a whole lot of chaos, but here we go. Mary Lou danced on her toes, reaching up to grasp Aunt Lucy's hand and tug imploringly. Please, Auntie Lucy, please. Aunt Lucy, graceful as always to Mary Lou's young eyes, lifted a wrinkled hand and placed it on Mary Lou's small head. There were 70 years that spanned the gap between little Mary Lou and her great-grandmother, the woman everyone in Nottinghamshire referred to as their Aunt Lucy, though she was actually an aunt to only a few. Mary Lou had adopted the name, as it was far easier than saying great-grandmother Lucy. Please. Mary Lou let her big blue eyes, so reminiscent of Aunt Lucy's old ones, get as wide and innocent as she dared, her 7-year-old heart skipping a few beats as she waited for Aunt Lucy to agree to her request. I just like it so much better, you guys. Maybe it's not that different, but camera died. But as I was saying, I just like it better. Can't explain why, really, but I do. I like it better. Is that enough? I don't know. I don't really know what I was doing with this video. I just had a vague idea of like reading the 3D versions of it, and then I don't know what to do from there. Oh, this is fun. There's a lot of so I do this thing when I am drafting, where if I run into something that I don't know the name of, or I need to research it, or I just have no idea what's going on, or if it's a character, like a secondary, unimportant minion who doesn't necessarily have a name or whatever, and I just put name in brackets. I use brackets all the time, so I'll just be like, you know, they were walking by a field of, I don't know what's in season or what would be growing, so I'm just going to say grain in brackets, and then I keep drafting. That way I can like actually write through the scene and not break flow, and then when I come back to edit, I have all my brackets. But I started this eons ago when I used to write by hand and not on a computer. And let me see if I can show you this. Let's see, where's a good one? Oh, right there. I didn't have a name for the village, so it's literally just a bracket with a line. There's a lot of those on this page. It's funny because some scenes are remarkably similar to this very first version, and some of them are just wildly different. I'm sorry, I didn't remember where this ended, and I just read the last page. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Okay. And I'm spoiling everything, and I apologize. Skip this rant if you don't want to know the end of the story. If you've been watching my rewrites vlogs, specifically the early ones when I was actually rewriting Lucy's Legend into The Legend of the Thief, I did discuss how I found in this story that the friendship between Guy and Lucy actually is present on the page, and the reader gets to know the two of them and watch them interact, and they start out maybe not trusting each other, but then they become really great friends, and, you know, one of them falls in love, and it's it's all there on the page, and it's beautiful, and it's like, maybe what should have been the story. It's not the story, but could have been. Also, when I was writing it, I do remember that I liked Guy better, just as a character, but then also for Lucy. Like, this is going to sound weird because I wrote it, but if I had been the one making the decision, I would have had Lucy marry Guy. But basically what went into that decision to not have her marry Guy was that I was writing a Robin Hood retelling, and it just felt wrong for Robin Hood not to, you know, like, get the girl in the end. Basically, when I wrote it, I thought Lucy probably should have been with Guy, but I chose not to. And then when I was rewriting it, I was like, wow. One of these characters she actually has, you know, scenes with, and the other one not so much. Why did I force it? I don't know. Hopefully it's less forced now in this one, because I took the time to, like, actually write a love story for Robin. But anyway, I was laughing because I did not remember that this book literally ends. This is a terrible ending to this book. So, basically, Robin proposed, and Lucy doesn't know what to say to him. Robin took my hand and placed something in it. Keep this for me. This is the ring, ... I gave to Marion. I want you to have it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I wrote this. This is disgusting. Sorry. Robin, I can't take this. Please, you don't have to marry me. Just remember I love you. Oh, just wait. That's not the end of the book. That night, I showed the ring to Gisborne. Robin. Woo, I did not remember this scene at all. This is not in Lucy's Legend, by the way. Here we go. That night, I can't even read this. That night, I showed the ring to Gisborne. Robin wants me to marry him. I can do this. Woo, woo, keep it together. You deserve a good man like Robin. You are a good man. Sorry, I can't. I don't know why this is cracking me up so much. You are a good man. I can't even read this scene. Okay, whew, pull it together. You deserve a good man like Robin. You are a good man, Guy. A good man with a bad past. Robin isn't perfect either. Okay, you should marry him, Lucy. He'd make you happy. I cradled the ring in my hands as I watched Sir Guy walk away. I loved them both. Woo, okay. I loved them both, but I wasn't sure I was in love with either of them. That is the end of the book. Oh, my word. I did not intend to write this as a love triangle, and well, maybe I did. Let me rephrase that. I didn't intend to write this as a love triangle. I don't think I wrote this one as a love triangle. Apparently this one was. It literally ends with her being like, I don't know. I can't choose between them. They're both great. Ugh, that's awful. I did not know that that's how this ended. Wow. You deserve a good man like Robin. You are a good man, God. Wow. Okay. This Lucy is a little bit just I don't know, indecisive and a little bit like all over the. I would not trust this woman. Okay. Just give me all the men. What is this nonsense? Okay, I feel like I need to, like, actually read through this and see if there's any other nonsensical scenes that I don't remember writing. Wow. Wow. What am I supposed to do with that? You are a good man. Wow. Okay, we're gonna stop ranting now. Does anyone ever actually skip when I say skip to here if you don't want spoilers? Do people do that? Do they actually skip? I don't know. If you did skip, welcome back. You missed all the fun. So there you go. A little bit of, I don't know. What used to be. Oh, good lord. That was fun. Yeah, I'm glad I read the last page and not just the first page, because that was highly entertaining. That's what I've got. So The Legend of the Thief is out now, ebook and paperback, links in the description. Obviously, you want to read it and, you know, enjoy all that is Lucy's story. It's not quite this anymore. I feel like I need to read this front to back now, because what was that? I don't remember that at all. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're done here. That was unexpected and very funny. Don't know why it cracked me up so much. You are a good man. I'm going to be laughing about that for the rest of the day.